Hey, what's up, YouTube? Edwin the Comic Jabroni coming at you on this beautiful Thursday with what books I picked up yesterday on New Comic Book Wednesday. So hope you enjoyed that. Hope you enjoyed that new intro I got. Something I made up real quick online. So New Comic Book Wednesday this week. There were a few books in my subscription box, as well as some books on the wall that I was looking for. One in particular that I went in hoping that I could get, and they just didn't have it. So let's go ahead and start off with the independent books for this week. First one is going to be from Aftershock. It's Dead Kings #1. I know that this book right here had a little bit of heat. A little heat on it. There was a lot of people online talking about it, trying to go and find this. My comic shop did have both covers, but I was really only interested in this A cover, the all white cover. I went online trying to find reviews and such things, but I couldn't. There weren't any reviews online for it. But what I can tell you is that I won't be picking up any more of this book. The story really didn't interest me. The artwork is okay. It's about a brother. It's in this different, I don't know if they're on Earth, but it's a different world where there was this huge war with robots and magic and people, and this guy, he's a twin and he's trying to find his brother. He knows where he's at, so he has to go into this country to go and get him and get put into this prison that he knows his brother's in. And I won't spoil the ending for you, but for me, it's just not going to be one of those books that I continue getting. Move on to another independent book. This is from Dark Horse Comics, The Whispering Dark. Now, this one here I thoroughly enjoyed. Online, the critics from the new comic book roundup website that I go to, critics are giving it a 6.9. But it's really tough because out of all the critics that are reviewing it, there were a few that actually gave it 10s. I saw a couple 10s, a 9 and an 8, but then there was 2 that gave it 4s. So that really skews the the review. But so this is about a ranger unit that is in Russia, and there was a helicopter that was going in to either get them out or give them supplies, but the helicopter gets shot down, and there's a chief warrant officer who's the helicopter pilot. She ends up becoming the highest ranking officer out of the 4 or 5 rangers that are left. So she has to make these decisions, and out of the rest of the rangers, there's like one that's giving her advice to do more aggressive things, and there's another one that kind of wants her to go around and do not be as aggressive. So I thoroughly enjoyed it, maybe because it's a military book, and I am in the military. But I liked it. I dug it. I think it's only a 3 or 4 part series, which kind of sucks, but I will be picking up the rest of them. I like it. I want to know where the story's going. So that's it from Independence. Let's go ahead and move on into Marvel. First book I'm going to show you, Spider-Geddon #2. That is the connecting cover, the In-Hyuk Lee connecting cover. Online critics are giving this a 7.0, and the user reviews a 6.5. I liked it more than that. I'm really digging this Spider-Geddon story. I'd give it maybe a 8, 7.5 to an 8. This right here, if you had picked up any of the Edge of Spider-Geddons, then you'll thoroughly enjoy this book, because this sets up those Edge of Spider-Geddons. Because if you read the Edge of Spider-Geddons, the 4, you knew at the end of each one a different spider was kind of jumping into their world, telling them they needed to come help. Well, this book here kind of sets that up, where you have, it looks like 4 different teams. They're sending them off into different universes to get help from different spiders. I really liked it. I kind of like where they're going with the Inheritors. They're killing these spiders off. It's called Spider-Geddon. That's what they need to do. I like the guys, and this B cover, just amazing. I can't wait to get the rest of them so I can put them all together. Continuing on with the Spider-Geddon, I've got Spider-Gwen Ghost Spider #1. That is the Art Germ cover. Critics online, 8.2, And then the users are giving it an 8.0. I liked it too. 7.5 to 8.0 for me. I like the artwork. I love this cover. And this story, you'd have to read Spider-Gwen number 2 first to kind of understand what's going on. But Spider-Gwen gets kind of sent off into this other reality where there may or may not be a Spider-Man, but there is Osborn and Oscorp. And I want to say that there's a first appearance of a new female, like a female goblin, Green Goblin in this one. I don't think she's ever been shown in another one, but she gets to this reality. She doesn't have that watch that they use in the Spider-Geddon, so she doesn't really know how to get back. But she knows that maybe Osborn, if he is a genius in this reality as he is in hers, that he could help her. But I like it. I'll pick up the next 2 or 3 just to see where they're going with it. This next one I talked about getting a different cover, but they didn't have it at my shop. I got X-Men Black Juggernaut. That's the J. Scott Campbell. I really wanted to get that B cover where it looks like he's in jail and he's holding up his little placard, but my comic shop just didn't have it. I have not been able to read it, as you can see, and there actually weren't any reviews online, so I can't give you a review. I can't tell you what's going on, but I did pick this book up. Another one that I haven't had a chance to read, but I did say I was going to get it. This Moon Knight 200. This is the Finch cover. I want to say this is the B or the C cover. I think it's a great looking cover. Moon Knight really has some awesome looking covers. Not a character that I know too much about. Don't usually collect for him, but he's got some awesome covers. So there's Moon Knight 200. And the last Marvel book of the week that I got, there's a True Believers number 1. What If Silver Surfer possessed the Infinity Gauntlet? This is just a reprint of the original What If. I always loved that cover with Thanos there and the Silver Surfer. So this is just your typical What If. In the regular story, this happens, but let's say something different happens. So these True Believers come out. They're only $1, guys. I would go out there and pick them up. All right, let's move into DC. First one I'm going to show off, Wonder Woman 57. This is part 4 of that Witching Hour. Online, the critics are giving this a 7.8. Users are giving it a 7.7. I'm probably right there with it, 7.5 to 8.0. This one has, they're still trying to fight off, I don't know if her name is Hecate or Hecate or Heset. I don't know how to say her name, but the Justice League Dark is trying to fight off Wonder Woman, who in the last issue had totally been taken over by this witch. So Wonder Woman's kind of like on the moon with some of the other female characters that have been taken over by Hecate. So a lot of craziness going on. You see the Justice League Dark kind of split up here. They don't use too much of that, the Bobo the monkey and the Man-Bat. They're kind of secondary characters. You do see a lot of talking between Zatanna and Constantine, which I dig. But yeah, not my favorite of the Witching Hour. I think they probably could have made just a 4-part series instead of making a 5-part. But this cover by Jenny Frison is amazing, guys. I love that cover. Right, moving on. We got Detective Comics 991. That is the Mark Brooks cover. Like I said, looks like Mark Brooks is going to be back on Detective for a while. Detective Comics has been my favorite Batman series for a while now. But this one it wasn't as great as the last few. Critics gave it a 7.2. Users gave it a 7.4. I would venture to say it's maybe a 7. The artwork inside is amazing. Beautiful artwork. The story is just not really there. It kind of focuses on Two-Face and how for the longest time it was always Two-Face. It wasn't Harvey anymore. Harvey was just in the back of his mind, but it was always Two-Face that was taking over and he would make the decisions. But now with this killing that had happened and Batman is trying to investigate it, well, come to find out that it was Harvey that killed him and it wasn't Two-Face. So it's really weird. If you're really not into Detective or Batman, I wouldn't even pick it up. But this cover cover is amazing for your personal collection. I would go get it just for the cover, but to each his own. I dig the cover. I love the inside, like the artist and how he drew everything inside. Story, not so much, but I collect Batman, so I will grab him. All right, another Batman that came out, Batman Beyond 25. That is the B cover. I had no idea what was going on in this book because I don't really collect Batman Beyond, but somebody had hit me up on YouTube and said, hey, you really should look at that Batman Beyond. Joker is coming back, the original Joker. So, oh yeah, I'm going to grab that, especially the B cover because it's got Joker on there. So this is kind of like a history lesson, I guess, on Batman and Robin, the original Robin, Dick Grayson, and kind of how Batman evolved over the years, right? With Dick Grayson, and then going through and using technology, and how after the Joker died, he started being able to really clean up Gotham. And this whole time you kind of see Joker around. He's killing off those Joker gangs and saying, how dare they use my name and blah blah blah. Well, I don't want to spoil the end, but Joker does come back, and it looks like he's wearing the same outfit that he had in The Killing Joke. So definitely awesome. Love that. I might at least continue with Batman Beyond for maybe the next few issues just to see where this goes with the Joker. Next one I have not been able to read yet, but The Flash 57. This was that B cover that was sold out on Midtown. I didn't understand why. I have not read it. The critics online gave it an 8.6 and users gave it an 8.5. So must be a really good story inside, and something's going on with it. But I like the cover. I don't understand why it's sold out. It's an okay cover, but then again, hey, Flash 57, pick that one up. I went to Walmart the other day and I picked up this 100-page comic giant, the Swamp Thing Halloween Horror. I'm not sure if any of you guys had heard anything about these, but it's kind of, it just has a bunch of different stories. It just has a lot of different stories inside, and actually reprints, I think, the original story of the Swamp Thing. And it has this really nice Night of the Reaper. I want to say that's a Neil Adams. That's a Neil Adams story. Well, he drew it. But you guys should go out to your Super Walmarts and see if they have them. I know online they're kind of selling for a little bit more than cover. And they have at Walmart, they have that's the Swamp Thing. They have Batman, Superman, and Trinity. And I want to say maybe Teen Titans. But pretty cool deal. I like that. And the last thing I grabbed was this Batman blank. If you guys remember, maybe about a month ago, these came out, and they're totally blank comics, right? The only thing they have on them is this Batman in the DC universe. And the reason I grabbed this is starting tomorrow is the Alamo City Comic Con here in town. Saturday, I will be meeting Jim Lee, and he's going to sign a few of the books that I have. But for all the other artists that are there, I don't have in my personal collection any of their work. I looked, and I just don't have anything. So instead of going out and just trying to find a book for each one of them to sign, I'm just gonna have them sign this blank book. Maybe get them to sketch. And I feel like every time there's a con that I go to, I'll just pull this book out and have them sign. Whoever the artist there, have them sign. Unless I have a book for them to sign. But for this one, I unfortunately don't. So anyways, guys, that's all I've got for New Comic Book Wednesday. I know I missed out on the Batgirl 27, that B cover, the Middleton cover. My comic shop didn't get any of them. And if they did, I guess they maybe had already pulled them for other subs. But when I talked to Mike, the owner, he told me, that the other shop had already taken them. So my comic shop is called Heroes and Fantasies, and there's actually two of them here in town. There's a really big one kind of going towards the west side of town, and then the one I go to is a decent sized shop. It's on the northeast side. So all the orders are kind of placed through the biggest one on the west side, and they kind of divvy up their books. Well, that other store ordered only so many of the Batgirl, and they took all of them, all the B covers. So I did not get a chance. I am going to Comic-Con this weekend, so I don't know. Maybe somebody will have it out there. I can pick it up. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. What did you guys pick up this week? What did I miss out on? Obviously, I missed out on Batgirl. What else was out there that I should have picked up? I do appreciate everybody that watches my videos, leaves me a comment, hits that like button. If this is your first time watching, hit the subscribe button, guys. I am slowly but surely creeping my way up to the 150 mark. I will make a special video when I do. And anyways, have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. And see you guys next time. Peace.